Relish basking in this sunlit land.
Hold on to these. They'll prove useful.
I relish basking in this sunlit land. I relish basking in this sunlit land.
learn this.
Fly for me! Piranha!
This.
Over before it began! Tolls for you!
Just learn this.
Fly for me!
Take this.
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Just learn this.
Tolls for you!
Piranha!
Take this.
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Just learn this.
Piranha!
Take this.
Tolls for you! Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Just learn this.
Piranha!
This.
Tolls
Fly for me!
over before it began!
Just learn this. Take
Piranha!
this.
Fly for me!
Over before it began! Tolls for you!
Just learn this.
Fly for me!
This.
Piranha!
Over before it began! Tolls for you!
Fly for me!
Just learn this. Take this.
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Tolls for you!
Just learn this. Take this.
Piranha! Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Just learn this. Take this.
Tolls for you!
Piranha! Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Just learn this. Take this.
Fly for me! Piranha!
Tolls for you! Over before it began!
Just learn this. Take this.
Fly for me! Piranha!
Tolls for you! Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Just learn this. This.
Piranha! Fly for me!
Over before it began! Tolls for the
Just learn this. Take this.
Piranha! Fly for me!
Just learn this.
Over before it began!
Take this.
Piranha!
Tolls for you! Over before it began!
Take this!
Fly for me!
Will toll
Piranha!
for you!
Just learn this. Take this!
Over before it began!
Fly for me! Piranha!
Will tolls for you!
Just learn this.
Fly for me!
This!
Over before it began!
Piranha! Fly for me!
Will tolls for you!
Just learn this. Take this!
Over before it began!
Piranha! Fly for me!
Just learn this.
Tolls for you!
Take this!
Over before it began!
Piranha! Fly for me!
Just learn this. Take.
Will tolls for you!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha! The flame is lit.
Come on, let's get some drinks. Oh, you've got that eagle's eye.
Have at it!
Over before it began.
Fly for me!
Try to hurt me. Real tools for you. Will be.
But
Have at it!
Over before it began.
Fly for me!
Try to hurt me. Real tools for you. Over before it began.
Fly for me!
Try to hurt me. Real tools for you.
Have at it!
Over before it began.
Fly for me!
Try to hurt me. Real tools for
Divine Slash! coming! In unending hatred, I return.
I shall spare no effort.
I'm ready.
I shall protect you, child.
In that precious instant, exiled between life and death, I saw so much more.
As trees so wither, seeds yet wait to burst forth.
Wine, crowds, and apples. I detest them all.
A thief in finery is no king. I've naught else to say. Let's just learn this.
Worry not.
Piranha!
Your fear!
Everything
Sense.
Belongs to me! Fast and furious!
Let's just learn this.
worry not. I am the
Piranha!
The sands.
Everything belongs to
Piranha!
Let's just learn this.
worry not. I am here.
This.
Piranha!
this!
Worry not.
Piranha!
Your fear!
Everything
The sands
belongs to me!
out.
Tempered blade.
Just learn this.
Piranha!
Worry not.
Face your fear!
The sands
Everything belongs to me!
Piranha!
just learn this.
Great.
Just learn this.
Worry not.
Piranha!
Your fear!
The sands have run out.
Fast and furious!
Piranha!
Tempered blade.
Just learn this.
Never
Worry not.
Face your fear!
The sands have run out.
Piranha!
Just learn this.
Worry not.
Piranha!
Your fear!
everything
The sands
fast and furious!
out.
Fast and
Tempered blade.
Just learn this.
Piranha!
Worry not.
Face your fear!
The sands have
everything belongs to me!
Piranha!
just learn this.
Worry not.
Basking in this sunlit land.
You're the ones looking to provoke me?
I heard the summons.
Everything is under control.
I'm just an old fellow.
Over before it began.
Worry not.
Face
Piranha!
your fear!
Just learn this.
Listen without your
Everything is under control.
Don't look me. I'm just an old fellow.
Goodbye, loser. Everything.
Don't
without your spine!
I'm just an old fellow.
Worry not. I am here.
Freezing winter.
Goodbye, loser.
Don't bully me.
Without your spine!
You can't catch me. Don't bully me. The big
Goodbye, loser.
Listen! Without your
Everything is
spine!
under control.
Don't bully me. I'm just an old fella.
Worry not. I...
Goodbye, loser.
Listen!
Everything is under control. Don't bully me. I'm just an old loser.
Up your spine!
Everything is under control. Don't bully me. I'm just an old fella.
Listen!
I'm defeated.
Up your spine!
The flame is lit.
Provided the White Owl acknowledges you, I'll light a candle on your behalf, but it's up.
I heard the summons.
Everything is under control. I'm just an old goodbye.
Worry not. I am
Piranha!
here.
Fly for me!
Face your fear.
Listen!
Up your spine!
Don't bully me. I'm just an old. Everything is. I shall pretend.
I heard the summons.
Everything is under control. I'm just an old goodbye. Loser.
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Just learn this. Face your fear.
Listen!
Up your spine!
Don't bully me. I'm just an old fella. Everything is.
You're going nowhere, other down to ashes.
I shall spare no effort. I heard the summons.
Everything is under control. I'm just an old goodbye.
Piranha!
Sir,
Fly for me!
Up your spine!
Listen!
out the freezing winter. Don't bully me. I'm just an old fella. Everything is under control. Don't bully me.
Listen!
I'm just an old fella. I'm the freezing winter. Everything is under control. I'm just an old fella.
Worry not. I am here.
Face your fear.
Listen!
Don't bully me.
Listen!
I'm just a loser. The freezing winter. Everything is under control. Don't. I'm coming.
I heard the summons.
Everything is under control. I'm just an old goodbye. Let's just learn this, loser.
Fly for me!
Take this.
Worry. Listen!
Rip out your spine!
Listen!
Out the freezing winter. Don't bully me. I'm just an old fella.
Rip out your
Everything
spine!
is under.
I'm ready!
I heard the summons.
Everything is under control. I'm just an old goodbye.
Piranha!
Sir,
Fly for me!
let's just learn this. Face your fear.
Listen!
Your spine!
Don't bully me. I'm just an old fella.
I heard the summons.
control.
I'm just an old
Goodbye,
Piranha!
sir.
Fly for me!
Just learn this.
Face your fear!
Listen!
Of the blazing winter! Don't worry.
Goodbye,
I'm just
loser.
an old fella.
Everything is under control.
Don't worry.
Listen!
Of the freezing winter!
Goodbye, loser.
I heard the summons!
Everything is under control.
I'm just an old fella.
Goodbye,
Just learn this.
loser.
Piranha!
Fly for me!
This!
Rip out your spine!
Of the blazing winter! Don't worry.
Goodbye,
I'm
loser.
just...
You're the ones looking to provoke me?
I heard the summons!
Everything is under control.
I'm just an old...
Over before it began!
Just learn this.
Piranha!
Take
Fly for me!
this.
Everything is under control.
Don't worry.
I heard the summons!
Everything is under control.
I'm just an old...
Goodbye.
Over before it began!
Just learn this.
Piranha!
Fly for me!
This.
Everything is under control.
Don't worry. I'm just...
I heard the summons!
Everything is under control.
I'm just
Piranha!
an old fella.
Goodbye, loser.
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Just learn this.
Everything is under control.
Don't worry. I'm just an old fella.
Goodbye, loser. Everything
Don't
is
worry.
under control.
I am the freeze.
Listen!
My blade is ready.
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Just learn this. Take.
Heed my call.
For the clan!
Get out of my way!
Face your fear! Over before it began!
Piranha!
Heed my call.
For the clan!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Heed my call.
Over before it began!
Just learn this. Take this.
Piranha!
Face your fear!
Worry not. Worry not. I am here.
I am
Here.
Over before it began!
Just
Piranha!
learn this. Take.
Choke on your own blood.
Face your fear!
Worry not. Worry not. I am here.
Piranha!
I am here.
Over before it began!
Just learn this. Take this.
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Worry not. Worry not. I am here.
Over before it began!
I am here. Choke on your own blood.
Just learn this. Take this.
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Worry not. Worry not. I am here. I am here.
Just learn this.
Face your
this.
fear!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Face your fear!
Just learn this. Take this.
Let me be your
Over before it began!
savior.
My flesh! Piranha! Blood!
Let me
Face
your savior.
fear!
Just learn this. Just
Over before it began!
learn this. Take this.
let me be your savior.
Piranha!
Face your fear!
Just learn this.
Flesh and blood!
Take
Over before it began!
My flesh and
Let
blood!
me be your savior.
Piranha!
Grant me strength. Let me be your savior.
Just learn this.
Piranha! My flesh and blood! My flesh and piranha! Blood!
Just learn this.
Over before it began!
Take this. Just learn this.
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Let me be your savior.
My flesh and blood! Piranha!
Over before it began! Face your fear!
Just learn this. Take this.
My flesh and blood! Piranha!
Over before it began!
The flame is lit.
I just learned this. Take
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Scorpion!
Choke on.
Have a taste of poison!
Choke on your own blood. Piranha!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
I just learned this. Take off this!
Fly for me!
Have a taste of poison!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
I just learned this. Take this!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Face Scorpion!
Be gone!
I just learned this. Take...
You are my prey of the day.
Listen well!
Over before it began!
Cries of pain!
Fly for me!
Piranha!
Face Scorpion!
I just learned this.
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Are my prey. Be gone!
Fly for me!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Face Scorpion!
I just learned this.
Over before it began!
Take this!
You
Piranha!
are my prey of the day.
Fly for me!
Piranha!
Face Scorpion!
I just learned this.
Over before it began!
Take this!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Face Scorpion!
I just learned this. Take this!
Fly for me!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
I just learned this. Take this!
Fly for me!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
I just learned this.
Face Scorpion!
This!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
I just learned this.
Face!
This!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
I just learned this.
Face Scorpion!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
I just learned this. Take
Face Scorpion!
Piranha!
are going nowhere. Are they down to ashes? Battling is like playing a musical instrument. Practice makes perfect.
My blade is ready.
I just learned this. To take this.
Over before it began!
Face off!
Fly for me!
Be my firewood.
Funeral bell tolls for you!
Blade never rests!
I just learned this. To take this. Face off here!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Be my firewood.
Funeral bell tolls for you!
I just learned this. To
Over before it began!
take this.
Fly for me!
Face off here! I just learned this. To
Over before it began!
take
Funeral bell tolls
Fly for me!
you!
face off here!
Ashes of rebirth.
Over before it began!
I just learned this. To
Fly for me!
take this.
Funeral bell tolls for
Face off here!
Fly for me!
My blade is ready.
Over before it began!
I just learned this. To take this. Face off here!
Funeral bell tolls for you!
Fly for me!
Be my firewood.
Incinerate! I just learned this.
Over before it began!
Try to hurt me!
Get out of my way.
Face off here!
Fly for me!
Funeral bell tolls for
Be
you!
my firewood.
Just learned this. Incinerate this!
Over before it began!
Face off here!
Fly for me!
Try to
Be my firewood.
Over before it began!
Tolls for you!
just learned this. To take this. Incinerate! Face off here!
Fly for me!
I'm ready. Wine, crowds, and apples. I detest them all. Wine, crowd. My blade is ready.
I just learned this. To take the
Over before it began!
face
Piranha.
Fly for me!
Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Fly for me!
Piranha.
Over before it began!
I just learned this. To take this. Face off here!
Piranha.
Fly for me!
Piranha.
before it began!
Let's just learn this. Take this! Face your feet!
Fly for me!
Piranha!
Rider!
Over before it began!
At me! Let's just learn this. Take this!
Fly for me!
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Ashes of rebirth! Piranha!
Let's just learn this.
Fly for me!
Take this! Face your fear!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Be my firewood.
Fly for me!
Eat flame, idiots!
Let's just learn this. Take
Over before it began!
Don't get caught.
Piranha!
Be my firewood.
Fly for me!
face your fear!
Piranha!
Let's just learn this. Take
Over before it began!
this.
Fly for me!
Let's just learn this. Take this.
Over before it began!
Face
Piranha!
your
Fly for me!
mind.
You my prey of the day.
Let's just learn this. Take
Piranha!
this.
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Face your fear.
Piranha!
Worry not.
Let's just learn this.
Over before it began!
Take
Fly for me!
face your
Piranha!
Surge, forest creatures!
Don't bother trying to hide.
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Piranha!
face. Let's just learn this.
Fear!
Take this.
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Let's just learn this.
Fly for me!
Take this. Face your fear.
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Let's just learn this. Take this. Face your fear.
Piranha!
Just learn this. Take this.
Over before it began!
Face
Piranha!
Fly for me!
just learned this. You are my prey of the day. Let's just learn this.
Over before it began!
Let's just learn this.
Fly for me!
Take this.
Face
Piranha!
fear!
Ashes of rebirth!
Fly for me!
My prey.
Over before it began!
Let's just learn this.
Piranha!
Take this.
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Over before it began!
Fly for me!
Let's just learn this. Take this.
Worry not.
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Let's just learn this. Take this.
Worry not.
Over before it began! Face
Fly for me!
your fear!
Piranha!
Let's just learn this. Take this.
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha! My flesh and blood!
Don't bother trying to hide.
Fly for me!
Face over before it began! Fear!
Let's just learn this. Take
Piranha!
this.
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha! Flesh and blood!
Face your fear!
Let's just learn this. Take this.
Don't bother trying to hide.
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha! Piranha! My
Face
Let's just learn this. Take this.
over before it began! Face
Piranha!
your fear!
Fly for me!
Be my firewood.
Ashes of rebirth!
Try to hurt me!
Don't. Let's just learn this.
Cocky.
Over before it began!
Take this.
Fly for me!
Piranha!
Face your fear!
Be my firewood.
Ashes of rebirth!
Let's just learn this.
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Piranha!
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Let's just learn this.
Over before it began!
Take this.
Face your fear!
My blade is
Piranha!
ready.
Fly for me!
Over before it began!
Let's just learn this. Take this.
Face your fear!
Piranha!
Fly for me!
Flame, idiots!
Get out of my way.
Over before it began!
Let's just learn this.
Piranha!
Take this.
Fly for me!
Face your fear!
Piranha!
before it began.
Fly for me!
Just learn this.
Ashes of rebirth.
Try to hurt me!
Piranha.
Face your fear!
Fly for me!
Over before it began.
Ashes of
Just learn this. Take this.
Fly for me!
Piranha.
Try to hurt me! Face your fear!
Over before it began.
Ashes of rebirth.
Just learn this.
Piranha.
Take
Fly for me!
Face your fear!
Over before it began.